Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newest series at Pies Footy, and that is the Final Flock, where we discuss the teams announced Thursday night, in this case at 6:20. At the captain's run, absences in Ed Allen, Bobby Hill, who calls him Bob Hill? Bobby Hill, Ed Allen were not present. We know Tom Mitchell is all but in. Charlie Dean was not at the captain's run, so you can pretty much put a line through his name, unfortunately, with Brazzy Maynard coming back in. And this is all insight or intel provided by Jen on Twitter. So if you ever want to hear it first from someone, it would be Jen. Who else was at the captain's run? You had Mason Cox, you have Markov, Sullivan, Di Mattia, who's also had some really good form in the midfield on ball, so he's always a chance. It is now 6:20, so we're going to get the live reaction and see if the teams have been announced. Teams are up. Okay, here we go. So, teams. In, Brayden Maynard, Rowan Steele, Tom Mitchell, and Will Parker. Out, Charlie Dean, Ed Allen, Charlie West, side bottom. So, no sign of Bobby Hill, unfortunately, so he continues to be managed with the personal reasons, and got to afford him that space, especially with our record is at the moment. You know, get your ducks in a row at home with whatever it is, and come back when you're ready to be. So we have that Rowan Steele debut. Tom Mitchell was pretty much a giveaway when you look at that video when Rowan Steele was being announced with the handshakes in the background. You got Di Mattia as emergency, as well as Will Hayes and Mason Cox, who are all at the captain's run. VFL is on Saturday, I believe, so they will all play in the VFL, so we should have a pretty strong side. Markov keeps his spot, so, you know, good for him. Lockie Sullivan still in the squad. Will Parker is one that has been reintroduced to the side. I foresee, remember, if you are on the interchange, you can be listed as a sub. If you are on the starting field, you will not be a sub. So that's just the general foundation of that sort of context when it comes to the sub. So Will Parker, I think, will be the sub. Tom Mitchell, I'm really intrigued to see how he's utilized. I potentially see. I see him starting. I see him playing exclusively midfield, and I see him playing 50 to 60% of the game, whether he's subbed out or not. I think he'll get the Mason Cox treatment. Coxie, when he plays, typically doesn't spend a lot of time on the field. Dan Houston, interesting on the interchange as well. So who knows I don't know if Dan Houston has ever been listed on the interchange, so I'm not sure if that's something to read into. Will Hoskinelli is currently listed in the forward line. We return to a small back line again. So without Charlie Dean, we lose a bit of height, but Brayden Maynard comes back in. We've played like this against teams like Essendon. Darcy Moore's missed a number of games gone by, and we've played small. I think against North Melbourne, we had just Billy Frampton. So we're very well acquainted with playing with what you would consider a small back line. Let's have a look at what Carlton have got cooking here. So Cowan, Moya, Carroll, Francis, O'Farrell. So O'Farrell will be a debutant. Out, Jordan Boyd, Sard, Silvani, Cincotta, Billy Wilson, Lewis Young. So they are clearly, you know, they're squeezed for numbers as well. Leggy sub again potentially, says Mervs. Where did you get that from? Ed Allen is ill, by the way, I'm pretty sure. Guys, I think he's struggling with illness. We don't have the reasons as to why just yet, but pretty sure because Ed he wasn't at today's captain's run. So everyone's getting a bout of the man flu at the moment. So who don't they have at the moment? They obviously don't have Jack Silvani now. They don't have Sard, all very crucial players in their lineup. They don't have Mackay. They don't have Walsh. They don't have Cottrell. They are really, they're really slim. I'm just guessing. That's cool. But yeah, Markov can certainly be a sub as well. So they dropped Cincotta, you think? What else is a talking point? I mean, Charlie West, it's unfortunate, succumbed to the concrete surface at Marvel Stadium. He's been hit for 6 with that foot injury. So what doors does that open up for certain players? Am I surprised Hoskin Elliott is still on a team this week? No, I think with the amount of injuries and illnesses and things we're dealing with selection at the moment, I think Hoskin Elliott is a blessing in disguise, and the way our list has been manufactured is a blessing in disguise, because when we do have the months of July rolling through, June, July, where it gets cold, people get sick, people get injured, soft tissue here and there, I think that's our list is designed to withstand the nature of these months. So that's why I think someone like Will Hoskin Elliott is really crucial. Really, really crucial. Hit for 6, you reckon? Yeah, he's gone for 6. He's gone for 6 weeks. So that's the reference, Reedy. Hoskin Elliott can be thrown anywhere. We absolutely need him, says Teresa. Sincotta is their fastest player. Very surprised with that. So is he dropped, though? Because we can't see here whether he's been dropped or if he's been rested or if he's ill or if he's injured. If I refreshed, is our old mate Matty Nichols the umpire? Let's see. Umpire's not confirmed. Anything else of note? Jack Crisp and Rowan Steele. So Rowan Steele obviously gets a start. Typically with our debutants, they do find the start in the team. So 2 wingers there in Jack Crisp and Rowan Steele. I'm intrigued. So where is Lipinski here? He's still in the forward line. So I was thinking maybe we'll see a bit of Lipinski back on the wing, but he did do pretty well with that forward role against West Coast. I'm not sure how fast Rowan Steele is, if he has really good closing speed. If he does, we'll probably see him play this role a little bit more, because we know Lipinski can run for days, as too can Lockie Sullivan, but they don't have that speed that Lockie Schultz, Bo McCreary, and Bobby Hill have in particular. So that's that. Alan is coughing up more green than Miss Piggy, says Stu. Miss Piggy, is that from Babe? Is that from Babe, the pig movie? Sullivan might be sub. Look, let's be honest. Like anyone here, you could see Markov being a sub. You could see Sullivan. You could see Parker. You could see Fly McRae manage Dan Houston. Maybe he's bruised up from that game against West Coast. So Sard and Silvani injured. The rest dropped. Steele is only 183 centimeters. Must be rapid. Okay. How tall is Lipinski then? He'd be like, what, 187? Let's have a look. Oh, Lipinski 190. Well, here's the thing. Lockie Sullivan is small. Or he's 180 and he doesn't really have that speed. So potentially not, potentially yes. 2v1 rack battle. So did they bring in Pitternet? They have. They've brought in Pitternet to try and bully DC. So that's clearly a tactical play on Carlton's behalf, isn't it? From the Muppets? Oh, the Muppets. I thought it was. Why do I get Miss Piggy? Oh, Miss Piggy, of course. My apologies. Obviously, it's a long time ago, that show. Schultz should be in next week. JDG a couple of weeks, says Melissa. Lipper is playing as a pseudo third wing, just more forward half. I like that. Pseudo third wing. Roan is a decent runner and has good burst speed and a massive tank. Well, he'll be under the bright lights against our biggest rivalry in the land of the AFL. So we'll see it all there to be seen tomorrow. Slows them down a lot. That's true. That's something that could work our way. While we try to go smaller, they try to go taller. We'll see how that pans out. Considering we have an injury list and illness and everything else, look how strong our team still presents. Like you got Brazzy, Howie, Quaynor, Josh Dacos, Darcy Moore, Perryman, safe as houses. Crisp, Pendlebury, Steele, safe. McStay, Membry, Elliott, Hoskin Elliott, Checkers, Lipinski, DC, Ned Long, Nick, Titch, Houston, Parker, Sullivan, Markov. Can you really complain with a side like that? But they will try stretch us in our back half with Pitternet and Tom De Koning. We'll see how that all pans out. Anyways, that is the final flock, guys. If you you guys are going to have to enjoy it because this is going to be something we're going to do on a weekly basis until the season ends now. Go Pies.